Welcome to the Bearcat Beat on LSPN, where each week we share conversations about everything that makes Sherman ISD athletics so great. I'm your host, Chris Daly. Sherman Bearcat Athletics represent the heart and soul of our community, where champions are made both on the field and in the classroom. Our student athletes embody the Bearcat spirit through dedication, perseverance, and excellence, creating memories and building character that will last a lifetime. Remember, it's better to be a Bearcat. This is just one of the many amazing things that the Booster Club accomplishes throughout the year for all sports. If you're interested in joining the Sherman Athletic Booster Club, or if you want to purchase some merchandise to show your Sherman Bearcat love, you can visit the website at shermanisd.net under the Athletics tab. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Bearcat Beat. I'm Chris Daly. I am joined once again by Coach Zach James, the baseball coach. Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. So we just finished up pre-district. We're starting district. Let's talk about some of the players that are having an impact so far this season.
Probably start off with Eli Newton and Brody Ganser. They're two of our top two pitchers, and they've been doing really well. Alex Howard's been pitching real well for us. All of our guys have really bought into what we are trying to preach and take care of the baseball on defense, make the routine play conservatively, and then be really aggressive offensively, hit and run, bunting, and things like that. And so most of the preseason and the tournaments have been trying to build that foundation going forward.
Nice. And, you know, nobody's team is sitting at an A+ for the year yet, because you've got to develop. Hopefully you're peaking in district and getting into the postseason and all that. But what sort of grade would you give the team on where they should be at this time?
To be quite honest, it's definitely an A for me, because
Right.
our first scrimmage, we walked 16 people. We were coming off the snow week, and it wasn't very good baseball. And so we've come a long way in that regard to being able to start from scratch, basically, with a new coach and everything like that.
Right.
I mean, and then you had that week without practice. Those were 5 or 6 practices right there that we lost with the first year coach.
Yeah.
And so we've been playing catch up in that regard, and I feel really good about where we are and how we've caught up and things like that. So really happy with our progress.
Nice. And you talked about the last show, mentioned it again this time. Your goal is to play aggressively. Was that in the program prior to you coming on? Is that new? And then how do you think they're doing on becoming aggressive?
I can't speak to Coach McDougal. I'm sure he did an amazing job. I really don't know, to be quite honest. It's been a little bit of an adjustment for our guys, just learning how to, bunt and things like that, because they don't do it a lot during the summer. With mostly during the summer, guys just hit. And Major League Baseball's that way, to be quite honest. I mean, there's not a lot of bunting and hit and running and things like that, and we've been really able to do that and put a lot of pressure on people, and the kids have really kind of bought in to that whole process, and it's been really nice to see. The tournament that we had last weekend, we had quite a few runs, put a lot of runs on the board, and we're able to go into district confidently.
Nice. For any program to succeed long term, you have to build a culture. And, I think you mentioned last time we talked your acronym BEST: believe, excellence, selfless, and tough, if I remember right.
Yes, sir.
Good. I get an A.
Yes, you do.
How do you think the team's doing as far as incorporating that culture?
I think they're doing a really good job. The belief part is definitely there. I mean, when you go from walking 16 people and not playing real well, and then being able to beat that same team in 2 weeks, because you've trusted the process and been able to really come to work every day and give your best. The excellence part kind of ties into that right there. I mean, coming to practice every day and trying to be excellent, um, trying to get that gap between perfect and where you are as close to each other as humanly possible. And then the selfless part, I really think the kids have bought into as well, because I mean, we have guys that probably don't play as much as they could, and they're out there for their teammates. They're out there cheering their guys on. They're the ones running onto the field in between innings, congratulating them and taking care of them between innings when things might be going bad. I mean, I think we have a really good unit collectively, and I think it's because of how selfless they are. And then lastly, tough. I mean, I think we've been really physically and mentally tough. We've come from behind quite a few times by 4 or 5 runs. And that speaks to how tough they are mentally and physically. Charlie Sonero's bunting the other day in a game, and the ball hits him in the eye, and he has to come out. The next day he's practicing, and he played in our district game last night, and it was surprising to me. And the kid's just tough as nails, and I mean, great kids. So I think we're incorporating all of our core values pretty well right now. So I'm pretty happy.
I love that. And you mentioned district play underway. Talk about the district. Have you got to see much of them from their pre-district games?
Yes, I have. And I hate to focus on other teams because it takes away from the focus of ourselves and what we can control as a person. But yes, our district's very tough. I mean, we're going to definitely have to play one pitch at a time and really stay in the present, because they're going to get theirs. They're going to make a good pitch that's going to make us swing through it. They're going to get that double. They're going to do things that might create momentum for them, and it's our job to stick to the plan and stick to our process and make sure that we don't get caught up in that and play one pitch at a time.
I love that. I love that. And you talk about they're going to get theirs. I mean, the old saying, a Hall of Famer fails 7 out of 10 times at the plate.
Absolutely, most definitely. And so with our district the way it is, we've got 3 really, really good teams, and Denison is not bad, and neither is Anna, and neither is Greenville. I mean, Greenville's a really good opponent as well. So, I mean, we're going to have to come ready to play every single night.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Cool. So, Coach, gosh, I want to thank you again. Congratulations on a great start, because I love where you're at right now. And if we can get it all together for district, we're talking postseason, and hopefully we'll be talking again.
All right. Sounds good. I can't wait for it.
Take care, man.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. I want to thank you for listening to the Bearcat Beat. Each week throughout the school year, you will hear all sorts of great information about all the athletic programs at Sherman ISD. Please do us a favor, like, share, comment, do whatever you can to help us reach more Bearcat fans.
Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.